What if Sonic the Hedgehog had the Infinity Stones? Yes, this is a serious question that we are asking. With the recent reveal of the Sonic the Hedgehog live-action movie trailer, the blue blur has become the center of pop culture chit-chat once more, especially for 90s kids who feel like Sega's goal is to ruin each and every one of us millennials' childhoods. Join us as we yet again dive into hypothetical land and break down this absurd question. What if Sonic the Hedgehog had the Infinity Stones? We're specifically talking about the Infinity Stones from Earth 19999, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And we're talking about the real Sonic here, video game version of Sonic, not that creature of hell that managed to use its tiny little fingernails to crawl its way into the real world and hang out with James Marsden and traumatize us with classic 90s rap songs. Guys, did you see his teeth? That's not okay. It's not cool, guys. Anywho, back on topic here. Sonic, Infinity Stones. Let's get to it. Now let's address the elephant in the room. No, not how terrible the Sonic live-action movie trailer looks, we're talking about the Chaos Emeralds. Now the Chaos Emeralds are arguably the closest thing in Sonic's universe to the Infinity Stones. There are 7 ancient emeralds that are tied to the Master Emerald, another powerful gem that can counter the abilities of the other 7. The Chaos Emeralds can do an assortment of things: initiate a super transformation, power machines, warp time and space, etc. Basically, they're kind of like the Infinity Stones, but arguably less powerful thanks to their vagueness and the fact that Sega has altered what they can do over the years depending on the game or television show. One thing is consistent though: when Sonic collects them all, he can transform into Super Sonic, one of his most powerful transformations. Kinda like if Sonic went Super Saiyan. So really, the Infinity Stones would be a bit of an upgrade. Arguably. The kinds of things that we've seen them do in the MCU are significantly more damaging than some of the things that the Chaos Emeralds or Master Emerald has done in Sonic's universe. But regardless, Sonic has proven that he is capable of withstanding extreme amounts of power, meaning if he were to get his hands on at least one of the Infinity Stones, he'd likely be able to wield his power without taking too much physical damage. Avengers Endgame spoiler here, right now, maybe skip ahead a little bit if you don't want to be spoiled. That being said, in Avengers Endgame, a being like the Hulk, a product of gamma radiation, still took significant damage from trying to use all 6 stones. And Thanos, who in his past underwent extreme biological modifications in order to make himself physically stronger, still suffered some serious damage when using them. Meaning, if Sonic were to get all of the stones and want to do something big like those two did, like snap 50% of all living things in the universe out of existence, there's a decent chance that it could kill the blue blur. And really, if he wants to get rid of 50% of all living things, he could just, force everyone to watch the upcoming Sonic the Hedgehog movie on repeat, and I'm sure that'll do the trick anyway. Jokes aside, if Sonic had the Infinity Stones, considering his good-hearted nature, there's a next to none chance that he would actually, do anything really devastating. If anything, he'd likely use the power for good, putting an end to some of the threats that have appeared in his universe by nullifying their supernatural powers, or permanently changing them for the better, aka Dr. Robotnik. Imagine Sonic using the stones to make Robotnik good? Be wild. But as Adam Warlock said in the Marvel Comics, having that kind of power at your fingertips will corrupt even the strongest of will. Hence why after the Infinity Gauntlet series, when he had all of the stones and the gauntlet in his possession, he gave them up, having already felt the effects of that power corrupting him. So who's to say that Sonic wouldn't be corrupted as well? Say Sonic used the stones to protect all of Mobius. Aside from ridding the universe of threats, what's the one thing that Sonic always does in his games? Well, he saves little defenseless forest creatures. The theme of nature versus technology is consistently present within his games, or at least prominent in the original 90s Sega Genesis titles. So if Sonic were to get his mitts on the Infinity Stones, it seems likely that he'd want to prevent environmental disasters and help fix the Earth, putting an end to global warming, depending on what universe he's in. But if he did get corrupted, he could very well become similar to Thanos, snapping massive populations out of existence in order to save the planet and maintain the resources that we have. Yikes. Now aside from grander purposes, other things that Sonic would likely do with the stones is, well, give himself an unlimited stockpile of chili dogs. An endless sea of chili dogs. Chili dogs as far as the eye can see. If Sonic were to acquire the stones in the MCU, and he was a more realistic Sonic, maybe his version of the snap would be to make everyone in the galaxy accepting of furries. And if this were to take place in our world, you bet your ass Sonic would use the stones to write that upcoming feature film out of existence. Or at least do something to make his on-screen representation look a little bit less like an athletic 14-year-old girl who is a gymnast, and more like a hedgehog. After the Blue Blur's wildest dreams have been made a reality, what would he do then? If not corrupted by power, realistically, Sonic could hand the gauntlet over to Tails, who then would build something to keep the item protected and stored. If the power of the stones didn't corrupt Sonic, he'd want to keep it safe and out of the hands of anyone who could potentially use it to destroy Mobius and other realities. Either that or he'd hoard the stones and become the supreme ruler of Mobius, turning himself into a blue version of the Mad King from Game of Thrones who, instead of repeating burn them all, just repeats gotta go fast over and over and over again while senselessly killing people he thinks are trying to steal the stones from him. Yeah, that took a weird turn, didn't it? Alright, there we have it, friends. What do you think would happen if Sonic got the Infinity Stones? Give us a shout in the comments below and let us know. If you dug this video, spread the love, hit that like button, and be sure to subscribe to Top 10 Gaming for more hypothetical what-if videos, along with lists, theories, let's plays, and a lot of videos of me making fun of Sonic's new trailer. In the meantime though, thanks for watching. I'll catch you all in the next video.